muskox. Yeah, they're moving.
Shall we go move to them?
Let's make a move.
We're after muskox, and it's the Tatanka to the north. It's a miniature Cape buffalo. Actually, they weigh about 500 to 800-pound big bull.
They're covering some ground.
They're just cruising.
Tricky, slippery little guys for 500-700-pound animals in cover that's like a golf course or the moon. They sure can get away.
They want to go and procreate.
Getting ready for the rut, aren't they?
We actually had this big bull running towards us, and it was just absolutely beautiful to see that.
That's a pretty good-looking bull right there, huh? Think it's wolves pushing him, or what's going on?
Wolves, maybe. He did not notice us. As he was going by, we were able to see that in his one eye was pretty white. Oh, he's got one eye missing. So as he was running, he didn't see us.
Moving in close on an animal that I've never yet seen in the wild, I find myself mesmerized by the beast, be it a muskox, a brown bear, a leopard, or any other captivating megafauna. Oh, he's a nice one, but he's just not quite there. Oh, hell of a beast, man. Hell of a beast.
I really appreciate a person like Chris, like giving that animal and letting it go. He's just not having to kill something just to kill it.
I mean, how cool is that?
Pretty dang cool.
He didn't quite come up to his eyes there. He's just shy of that, huh? Damn, that was cool. Whew. 84,000 square mile Victoria Island, roughly the size of Minnesota, is a land that time forgot. And the directions to get here are easy. Fly north to Edmonton, then fly further north to Yellowknife, then go even further north to Cambridge Bay, and from there, well, go north. It's a long journey, but at least I wasn't traveling alone. One more adventure with Tom Behunin.
Yes, that's it.
You know, hunts are often made by the people you share them with, and for me, you know, having met Tom Behunin in an Alaskan moose camp many years ago, he's just one of those guys that wears well. He's super enthusiastic. I mean, he's just giddy.
Here we go.
He's on that plane, he's just giggling, he's seeing a muskox as we're flying, and he's right down there. And that's exactly the kind of guy you want to hunt with. If you're going to be in a camp where you might get weathered in for an extra week, you don't know. I mean, you want to have good company out here, and he's just an absolute treat to hunt with. Are we here? Land ho? We're here. While Tom entered the Arctic Circle with the enthusiasm of a bird dog on opening day, I was taken back by the memories of my first trip to the Arctic Circle many years ago to hunt caribou. You know, it was 25 years ago that I came up here last time. Came with an old friend of mine, Aaron Pass, who I worked with and just was a lot of fun to hunt with. He's kind of a mentor in that he taught me an awful lot. And this past year I lost him. And he lost his battle with cancer. And so, you know, when you come back up here, you start thinking about all these things. You start thinking about those experiences. And so this will be a special hunt. This is going to be a really neat chance to kind of relive a part of my life. And so being able to bring a friend like Tom up here and share it with him, and that's going to connect us as friends for a long time. And that's really what this whole thing called hunting and the hunting lifestyle is all about. Tell you what, after seeing those critters flying around, coming in, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
Some big old bulls in this country.
Yeah. There's one real close to camp.
Yeah, I think I saw a CD on his butt, actually. He's a little tattooed right.
Okay.
We're hunting in the Canadian province of Nunavut, which translates from the native language to mean our land. And our native guide, George Hackengak, welcomed us to our land with open arms.
Hackengak Outfitting, we offer strictly muskox hunting. Been in operation since 2010. I try and run a very professional and smooth operation. I try and find the best muskox that are available in this area, and there's a lot of muskox around here.
Optimism is running high. Weather conditions are ideal. There's been nobody hunting in here. We're the first group this year. Just a matter of time now. Here's my chariot. Ugh. Muskox seem beasts of another world, or at least another time. Ancestors of these woolly mammoths grown to scale were roaming the planet when saber-tooths and cave bears did. By about 1950, there were fewer than 1,000 muskox left anywhere in the world. So the Canadian government stepped in and basically said, we've got to carefully control the hunting here because of a series of really severe winters, over-harvest. It just was too much for these animals. Fewer than 1,000 were left. So now, fast forward, there's over 100,000 of these animals thanks to conservation practices, controlled hunting, and it's fantastic. There's 50,000 on this island alone, 100,000 in total, just waiting for you. Well, that one doesn't have to worry about this winter, or the wolves, or the grizzlies, anymore anyway. Neat country, huh? Just feels like you're on a different planet.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
Just
it.
completely desolate, isolated.
Yeah. I've never seen a place that doesn't have any trees.
Yeah, the forest fire problem's really not an issue out here, is it?
That's for dang sure.
This is true wilderness. There's nothing for hundreds of miles up here. You are absolutely at the end of the earth up here. This is a place back in the old world maps where they would draw dragons and basically say there is nothing but danger beyond that point. This is that point, but let me tell you, there's muskox out here, and lots of them. So you're just gonna kind of work this coastline and then we'll cut inland?
Yeah.
The densities of these animals are not so high that they're just everywhere. I mean, you gotta hunt, you gotta get after them, you gotta find them, and you gotta cover a lot of ground. I guess this constitutes a mountain in these parts, doesn't it, George?
Yeah. There's a high point hill, and it's the most prominent landmark that we can see looking northeast. We got onto that area to do some glassing.
Whew, look at that. Damn. And we saw these dark blobs way out there, probably 5, 6, 7 of them, couldn't really tell for sure. There you go. 5, 6, maybe more down there.
Maybe more down there.
Gotta be bulls. I don't see any little guys, so it's gotta be a bachelor group, don't you think?
I think it might be.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while to get down there. I don't know if we got enough time, but.
As long as they stay still and stay where they are, it should be pretty good.
And it's sort of this surreal moment because we've gone the whole day and you've traveled so far to get here, to be right there, seeing one of these prehistoric beasts approaching you. I mean, it's just really cool and very surreal. The summer sun does not set on Victoria Island, but instead travels sideways along a path parallel to the endless horizon. We had to travel sideways as well, across a wide but shallow river that stood between ourselves and our chances at a muskox. We're sitting here on this river, we're glassing across the river, we're seeing these muskox up there, and it's just kind of like the forbidden zone. We can't really get across there. And finally, it's like, what the hell? Let's get out there and see if we can get down that river and cross it. To my wife and kids, if we don't make this crossing, I just want you to know I love you very much, and I died doing what I really love to do. Sort of. And there was a magnificent bull. I mean, this guy, he just totally stood out from the rest of these, and it was really dramatic how much better he was than all the rest of them that we had seen. I'm sure somewhere in the owner's manual of the ATV it expressly says, do not cross rivers on them. But it seemed like a good idea at the time, at least until we took the plunge. And of course, it's a rodeo. Once you get into a river on a quad, I mean, you're committed, man. It's one of those deals where you just kind of hold on tight and hope for the best.
We all made it across here with no problem. That was fun.
Man, that's a ride.
I asked George after we were done if we could do that again, and he gave me a bleeper.
We got to the other side. Sure enough, it was the promised land. We gotta be right here. The first band of muskox that we saw as part of this bigger group had moved off to the left.
So we were able to get off the ATVs and walk along the riverbank.
It was just George and I. We go working up this slope. And we came around and just sort of eased up. One of them right there. Yeah, totally. And there was a magnificent bull. I mean, this guy, he just totally stood out from the rest of these. It was really dramatic how much better he was than all the rest of them that we had seen. Far right. It's just got to turn a little bit. Here we go, right here. You ready?
Ran a bit and then its back leg sort of buckled and it almost seemed like its front legs pushed it and fell right backwards. And
We got it, buddy. How about it? When you see an animal that size react that way to a bullet, you know you chose the right bullet. I mean, that's about as big as they make them right there, isn't it?
It was a really nice mustache, decent. I've never seen a set of curls that have gone so high over the eyes.
Pretty spectacular, man. Trophy to match the hunt. Good stuff, brother. Thank you. It's the whole package, this deal, man. It's about just getting here. It's about being here. It's about you. It's about the animals. I mean, it's really a unique experience up here. The tundra is a lonely place that seems, well, empty. That is, until you really start to look. Suddenly, a caribou or two materializes out of a lichen mosaic. Then what you thought was a distant boulder grows legs and becomes a muskox. It takes time to calibrate your game eyes to such a different environment. The Inuit are immensely pleasant, downright charming, actually. Gentle, kind, and funny, at least those in our camp. And hearing the songs that echo across the tundra and across the generations, too, takes me to hunting camps from the Arctic Circle to Africa. While the languages might be different, the spirit of the hunt is the same.
Hey.